Hello. I am going live a little early because I saw there were people waiting, and we're about 11 minutes out before the memorial service begins. So, if there was any questions, or we could talk a little bit about Graceland leading up, maybe what's going to happen today. Make sure everyone has the right live stream up as well. I won't be able to show it. I'll have a little one here. I have a big one on my screen here in case they play Elvis Presley music. And if they do play Elvis Presley music, for that reason, I want to make sure that it's not copyright issued, um, which would happen if I would play it live stream in the corner or something like that. But how is everyone feeling this morning? If you have any comments, if you can always write them in the chat. And like I said, I'll be watching live stream. I have it here as well. And this will just be like we can watch it together. Make sure you have the right live stream up. We have the link in the comments section, so you can go to that link. There are other people out there who are putting live stream links to the memorial service, so make sure you have the authentic one from Graceland.com, and it's in the description of this video if you want to go, but it's on Graceland.com. I'm showing 9 minutes and 45 seconds until it starts. I thought it was going to start at 9. Now it looks like 9:50. There was a lot of information that came out early this morning that if you wanted to go to this, you had to be at Graceland by 5. You had to park. They were allowing the public into the lawn. You had to queue up and then gather by the Lisa Marie plane. And then they were going to bring you over to the lawn. You weren't allowed to have any food with you. You weren't allowed to sit. Everyone has to stand in the lawn. And then they were going to have people queue by the Lisa Marie plane at 11. Hello, Janice. And if you wanted to, it looks like they're going to have a procession. So you could queue by the Lisa Marie plane and they're going to do a procession at 11. And they are going to start having tours at noon again today. So you had to buy a VIP ticket today if you wanted to do a tour of Graceland, but they were going to start opening it up for tours again at noon. So um, that's just FYI. I had posted some, good afternoon from the UK. I had posted some pictures. They had put Lisa Marie, she's going to have a same kind of entombed casket beside Benjamin. They had built that out and put that in. I think she'll probably be interred in that today. They had moved Benjamin over to center them right across from Elvis Presley, but she's beside her son. And then they had put some photographs of her and Benjamin kind of in front of it, and they had covered it up. Oh, good morning from Pennsylvania. That's where I'm from, Pennsylvania, so I understand how cold it is there. Um, they had it covered in the front, probably because I read it's supposed to be raining on and off today. So maybe to cover the plaque, they had done that. So we will see. We'll see what the weather is like in Memphis today. But this is just still, I think the world is still in shock for the most part. I think people are like still surprised by everything and how quickly this all happened, especially if you were like me and just saw Lisa Marie for the 88th birthday of her father on January 8th at Graceland. She received people there, and she gave a talk, and she took pictures with fans, and then she was at the Golden Globes. And I watched her be interviewed at the Golden Globes. She didn't look great, but I think I chalked it up more to sadness because of the remembering of her father than her actual health. And I think now when I look back, she didn't look all that healthy, but I really just talked it up to her sadness. But I watched her at the Golden Globes. I watched Austin Butler win, um, and I watched her, celebrate that win with her mother beside her, and I was very happy for them all. I actually cried, especially when he thanked Elvis Presley. But and then 2 days later, right? Like I'm still, I think, in shock that she's gone. And it reminds me, to me, it's very reminiscent of when Diana died, because I was in shock when Diana died. And here's a woman I have never met or had any connection with, but her death impacted my life. And I feel the same about Lisa Marie. I've seen Lisa Marie in person. Like I said, I've been to the 40th anniversary of Elvis Presley's passing at Graceland. Right now, cloudy, no rain here in Memphis. That's good. I was thinking about those people standing um, in the lawn of Graceland in the rain. I was like, oh my gosh. And they said you couldn't bring anything with you. And I was like, I wonder if you even be allowed to bring umbrellas. So that's good to hear. Um, yeah, I feel very impacted by her death, because I felt like she had a very big weight on her shoulders her whole life. And I just felt for her so much. And I thought what she did was so classy in opening up the house all these years and then being there. I always was so amazed that she would come to all of the Elvis week. She would be there for the 40th anniversary. She would be there for his birthday. I always thought that was pretty respectful and classy of her. So like I said, we'll watch it together. We can talk. We'll talk about what we see. We can talk about what's happening. I have it here on my laptop in front of me live, and I have it here beside me. I won't be able to share it on this video. Watch it too. Make sure you're on the Graceland.com live stream, and we can react together to it, because if they play Elvis music, we can't share it on YouTube because all of that is copyrighted. And I seriously doubt they're not going to play some Elvis music. So, uh, but I will be able to watch it with you, and then we can talk about it real time. Um, oh, that's so nice, Christy. That's how I feel too. I feel like she went right into the arms of her dad and with her son. And if anything, that's that's a grace. And she was 54, so young, but she was older than her father, who was 42. Mm. I wear my son's studio shirt today because I just thought it would be fitting to wear something about Elvis Presley and his impact on Memphis, Tennessee. Okay, we got 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I hope everybody has the live stream up with them. If you want to make any comments, please feel free to do so. If you have any insight, please give it. I think you have probably seen my other podcasts. I won't mention it a ton because people get annoyed. I have a master's degree of history. Yes, that's why I do the YouTube channel, but I got it in Memphis, Tennessee. My master's is from the University of Memphis. I spent 3 years in Memphis. I spent a ton of time at Graceland. My master's did not center on Graceland or Elvis Presley. My master's centered on race, but you cannot really live in Memphis, Tennessee and not be immersed in Elvis Presley history and remembrance and his impact on the city. I've been to Graceland more times than I can tell you. I was there before they redid everything. I was there after they redid everything. I've been to the guest house. It's Graceland. And I have done extensive research in Mississippi, where Elvis was born. And I have a video on YouTube, if you're interested, of his house before he moved to Graceland and then after he moved to Graceland. And I took you to the meditation garden. So you can see where Lisa Marie will be interred today for her life beside her family. Enough about that. If you have any questions, let me know. We're 2 minutes away from going live. So let's get ready. I'm glad everyone can be here from all over the world. And thank you for watching with me. I didn't want to watch alone. So I appreciate everybody here. And like I said, we can talk, we can ask questions, we can share insight. I'm sure a lot of people here know a lot about Elvis and Lisa Marie. One of the things I learned when I went to the 40th anniversary of his death is that everybody had a very personal story about the impact that Elvis Presley has had on their life. And that's real and it's important and it's valid. And so if you want to share them, I would be more than happy to read them. And I just love to celebrate that. Okay, we got 40 seconds. Yes, Priscilla Riley Harper Finley. It's her mother and her 3 daughters. Thank you. Okay, 15 seconds. And this is from Elvis Presley's Graceland on Graceland.com. Okay, said it should be starting here. Okay, there's already 66,000 people on here. I will play. Here we go. It says service begins soon. Yeah, I can't believe it's happening either. Music Soothes the Soul. It's just so. I was saying I'm still kind of in shock. It reminds me of a lot when Diana died and how much it impacted me. Like if this is an American princess, really, if you think about it, we don't have royalty. We don't have a royal family here in America, but we do have these legacy families, and the Presley family was one of them. And Lisa Marie is the princess of rock and roll, and she is our princess. And to lose her so young and so quickly after just seeing her so publicly at the Golden Globes, I think a lot of people are still in shock. So it says service will begin soon. And they have some Elvis Presley gospel music playing. So one of the things I talked about is during Elvis Week, which is the week of Elvis's death in August 16th, 1977, but around that week in Memphis, they play Elvis Presley on the radio nonstop, every radio station, not just particular radio stations. It's every radio station. And I was so surprised how much gospel music Elvis Presley sang. His Grammys are just for gospel. If you ever go to Graceland and see his Grammys are for gospel music. Just playing more Elvis Presley gospel music. So Sandra, I could play it. The thing is, I'm trying to play it a little bit in the background so you can hear it, but it is copyrighted. Elvis Presley music is copyrighted, and so if I do play it on YouTube, then the video might get taken down. So if you want to watch it live, and then this is for us all to kind of watch together and talk about it together. Um, but his music, I have it kind of playing in the background here, so you can kind of hear it. But yeah, I don't want to lose this connection with everybody, so we can talk about this together. But his music is copyrighted, and I was like, "There's no way they're not going to play his music at her memorial service." So Graceland.com is where you want to go for the live stream. We have the link in the comments in the description of this video. Make sure you use the Graceland.com live link because there are other ones out there that are not accurate. So make sure it's from the actual Graceland website. So it says service will begin soon. There are 66,000 people on the live stream. I have 77,000 on this one, 66,000 on this one. And it's an Elvis Presley gospel song that's playing right now. And like I said, Elvis Presley sang so much gospel music, and I did not realize that myself until I moved to Memphis when it was Elvis Week, and that's the week of his death in August, when every radio station plays Elvis Presley. It doesn't matter what genre that radio station is, um, and there was so much gospel. I was surprised and mesmerized, um, and if you go to Graceland, his Grammys, the only Grammys Elvis Presley ever won or received were for gospel, which is amazing to me. When I went there, I was very surprised by that. There's a lot of things that surprised me about Elvis Presley, and we can talk about that. And I think Lisa got the best of him in that regard, is the philanthropy of Elvis Presley, which to me is the thing that I love the most about Elvis Presley. All the things he did for all these other people. And even in this regard, they asked in lieu of flowers to donate to the Graceland Foundation. And the Graceland Foundation in Memphis, Tennessee, which there's a lot of poverty and hardship in the city, they help fund the arts for a lot of schools that maybe could not afford to run a program like that. And it's something that was so important to Elvis Presley. And I think, I think I love most about Elvis Presley is he would hear that, especially race in Memphis, when he would hear something was going to happen to the African American community, and they needed some funding. Uh, Elvis would write a check right there, and I think that's the thing I love most about Elvis Presley. And I think Lisa Marie um, embodied that and really took that from her father. So one of the things I probably love talking about the Presley family for so much is they just gave back, never like hoarded or kept. And when you think of Graceland, the second most visited house in America behind the White House, how much do they give back to the people to open their home? The one thing that always belonged to Lisa Marie, the home. Oh, I'm glad you like the channel. So this is part of our Walk with History channel. If you're interested in liking, subscribing to Walk with History, we take you to the location. We take you to where history happened. And England, I've been to England, all over America. So if you're interested, but today is about Lisa Marie and remembering who she was and from birth, right? From birth, her life was never really her own. Even walking out of the hospital as a baby in Memphis, Tennessee on February 1st, 1968, in all the press is there and all the pictures, everyone's looking at the reaction of her mother and her father as they hold her. Her life was never hers. And she navigated that. And I think she navigated that the best that she could. Do I think they'll let Priscilla be buried at Graceland when it's her time? I actually do think they will, if that's what Priscilla's wishes are. I do think they will let her be buried there because a lot of and it would really and I think depends on what Lisa Marie's wishes were, but I do believe Lisa Marie and her mother were very close. Priscilla is very involved in, again, those birthdays, those Elvis weeks, the guest house at Graceland. I think she's very involved in all of that, and it was actually Priscilla when Vernon dies in 1979, and Lisa Marie is still too young to take over Graceland. It's Priscilla who acts as executor or trustee of her trust until she's 18. And it was Priscilla who recognized that there was no savings for Lisa Marie. Elvis had spent as much as he made. Another reason why I love that man. But she thought, let's open this home to the public. Let's build something up for Lisa Marie to have for when she turns 18. And that's exactly what she did. Opens the house in 1982. And so that when Lisa Marie takes it over, um, it, I think in 86, she turns 18. Um, she has something. And that was all Priscilla. And really, we have Priscilla to thank for all of that. And I do think she's never changed her name from Presley. Oh yeah, Kelly in Texas. That's why I love Elvis. He donated more than he ever spent on himself. My favorite story before we start is the Pearl Harbor Memorial in Hawaii. I mean, I'm a veteran. I love that Elvis is a veteran. I have a shirt of Elvis in his uniform because I love the fact that he served in the military 1958 to 1960. He was in the Army. Um, they couldn't raise the funds for the Pearl Harbor Memorial. They built the memorial over the Arizona, and they couldn't raise the funds to do that. And they asked Elvis Presley to come do a concert in Hawaii. He said, absolutely. And he flew out, did a whole concert, took no money, and all of that money went to build the Pearl Harbor Memorial in Hawaii. So if you ever go there and visit, uh, that memorial is because of Elvis Presley. And as a veteran, I mean, if you've ever been there, that place is very hollowed. And yeah, I think Elvis Presley for that. Yeah, St. Jude. So I don't think a lot of people know that St. Jude is in Memphis. I did not know until I moved to Memphis that St. Jude was in Memphis. And Elvis Presley has give a lot. There's checks, canceled checks to St. Jude in the museums across the street that he gave to keep St. Jude going. Hmm. It's just so much that he did. It's amazing. And I think his daughter took the best of him, like I said. She looks so like him, right? They're still playing gospel. Elvis Presley gospel is still playing. And it says service will begin soon. There's over 100,000 people on the memorial service now. And it's still Elvis gospel, which is so powerful. Sounds like a duet. Oh, Baptist Memorial. So Kelly in Texas is talking about Baptist Memorial. That is the hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. So the hospital that Lisa Marie was born at is no longer there. It was rebuilt, but it's the same name, and that's the hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. You're on live stream, but hear no audio. Um, I'm not playing the music on my end here. I have the music going live. I'm watching two live screens um, of the service. I didn't play the music live on here because I don't have the rights to the Elvis Presley music. And if you, it's copyrighted. And if you play it on YouTube without permission, your channel will go down. Here we go. We're going to the service right now. So it looks like they're singing live. There's 120,000 people. They just got done singing Amazing Grace in front of Graceland. And they have a photo of Lisa Marie on the stage. I see her ex-husband in the front seat with her daughters, and that's who I recognize in the front. Absolutely. I wanted to do this because I didn't want to watch alone, and I want to um, share it with all of you. So everyone's exiting the stage. They're going up the walk towards the door of Graceland and then off. If you go visit, there's like a meeting area right across from the house before you walk in the front door, and it looks like they're walking up that walkway. Someone's coming to the stage. Joe Weinschnaker. He said that Lisa gave many instructions for this day, and they're going to do what she asked, and she asked to not make it sad. They're going to do their best to honor her wishes. They're praying. Thank you so much. It was a very nice prayer. People are asking, why can I show the live link? This is the live link here. I can't show it on my page because of copyright. But if you want to go to the live link, it's in the description. I'd rather you watch that. If you have two screens, watch us both, and we can talk about it together. Another person speaking. talking about what Lisa Marie meant to the family, to the city of Memphis. Can you hear his? Can you hear him talking? I'm trying to turn up his volume so you can hear him. It's really heartfelt. Yeah, I see Baz there. I see Austin Butler there. Looks like someone's coming up to sing. It's playing a guitar. Looks like the lead singer of Smashing Pumpkins, Billy Corgan. Their volume is not great. That's pretty. Lead singer of the Smashing Pumpkins. Very much my generation. Just on an acoustic guitar. Princess Fergie is here. Mhm. Yeah. She's talking about the Queen. Oh. That was so sweet. She read a beautiful poem. Yeah, like Janice, I didn't know they had such a strong connection either. Uh, but wow, that was very, very nice. She kept looking at Lisa Marie's children as she was talking to, so as if she was talking to them. It was very beautiful. It looks like David Foster is there. He made an album with Lisa Marie. Looks like he's playing the piano. With Alanis Morissette. Alanis Morissette is singing. Wow, this is very star-studded. Never heard this song before. Has anyone ever heard this song before? It's beautiful. Alanis Morissette and David Foster. Oh, it looks like her grief counselor is coming up to speak. Hamilton, I think you had spoken about him. A friend. Jerry Schilling. Wow, how poignant. So he said how he was with her when she was born, and he was with her when she died. I guess really only he and her mother can say both of those things. I wonder if Priscilla will speak. Wow. I don't know how people can keep it together so well. Oh, it looks like Priscilla may be coming up. We'll see. But yeah, his speech was very good. Yes, here's Priscilla. Oh, that volume is terrible. She said, Jerry, that was beautiful. That was nice. So Priscilla read a poem that one of her granddaughters wrote, probably one of the younger ones, 14, the 14-year-olds, the twins. And then she thanked everyone for being there. And she thanked her son, Lisa Marie's half brother, for being there specifically. So that is nice as well. You can kind of see people walking up and then coming forward. To speak. There's another person coming forward to speak. I think this is Riley's husband. Tea set from Cracker Barrel. Yeah, I believe that was Riley's husband. She was married in 2015. Riley is her youngest daughter. I mean, her oldest daughter. I'm sorry, her oldest daughter is Riley. This is Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses. I'm telling you, this is Gen X all the way. That was Riley's husband. So Lisa Marie's son-in-law was who spoke before. Riley's her oldest daughter. Yeah, Axl Rose is a very private person. It looks like he's gonna sing. He's taking off his scarf and jacket. It looks like he's probably gonna sing and maybe play, um, which is something he doesn't do either. This is why Guns N' Roses doesn't really tour anymore. Yeah, he's sitting down at the piano. Wow, Axl Rose is going to play the piano. Sounds like November Rain. Yeah, this is normally a 4-minute song because of this long repros that's after, but he's not doing it. It's a very beautiful song, and I don't think people realize how reclusive Axl Rose is and how he doesn't really perform. That was a special gift. Oh, wow. Sorry that I'm all teary-eyed and weepy, but that blew me away. Pastor Dwayne Hunt. It's a beautiful prayer. I was just thinking when Elton John played the piano at Diana's death, Goodbye English Rose, America, we have Axl Rose singing November Rain for Lisa Marie Presley, our princess. If you've never heard it before, it's amazing. Look it up on YouTube. The video is almost like a movie production. It's an amazing song. Four gentlemen are now on stage, I think, to sing a gospel song. It says the Blackwood Brothers Quartet. I'll put that in the chat. showing her tomb now. It has the same golden plaque on front, just Benjamin, engraved with her name. Yes. So if you saw in the chat, Elvis won 3 Grammys in his life. One was for that song. They're cutting back to the tomb again of Lisa Marie Presley with the gold plaque in front. Almost exactly like her son's. It mirrors her son's almost exactly. His tomb was moved to the side to center hers beside him. So that was amazing. He must be very connected to the family. His father was invited over when Lisa Marie was born, and he came and he talked about how their quartet, the Blackwood Brothers Quartet, sang at Gladys's funeral, Elvis's mother, and then at Elvis's funeral, and now for Lisa Marie's funeral. Um, and talked about how Elvis would sing gospel at his concerts, even all of his concerts, especially in Vegas. And they sang a song from from that. Looks like they're closing. I'm gonna stay on. So they will take people in groups into the meditation garden, past Lisa Marie's tomb beside her son, and they will be taking people in groups, and they're asking for people not to photograph and take video of the family and other celebrities that are there. It looks like the choir is coming back out to sing. I'm going to stay on if you want to stay on. If we have questions, if we see something, we want to talk about something, um, I'm going to stay on and until it's done. And then if you wanted to stay on even after and discuss some more, I'm here for that as well. Wow. Some surprises today, right? Some powerful, powerful performances and words. And wow, I think it was a celebration of her life. And I think she would be proud. I will have to get out to Memphis. I was thinking of going out in August of this year. It'll be the 45th anniversary of Elvis's passing. And maybe I can go to the meditation garden and visit Lisa Marie. This is Jason Clark and the Tennessee Mass Choir. You can see it here. Wow. Wow. That was really powerful and strong and beautiful. And it looks like they will bring people through for a procession. They do the same thing on Elvis Week. If you're there for the anniversary of Elvis's passing, they will do the same procession by his grave in the evening with candles. And I think this morning until the 24th, they were closing the hour opening of the meditation garden. So the meditation garden is open every morning, I think from 7 to 8 a.m. It's really early for people to walk up and to visit the gravesite because it is a gravesite. They have to have it accessible to the public. And so every day you don't have to pay for a ticket to Graceland. You can park and on the side road like I do, and then walk up and visit the gravesite. So it looks like it's over. It says you can make a donation in Lisa's memory to the Elvis Presley Charitable Foundation. And Elvis is singing. So I'm here if you want to talk about anything or if something moved you or you had any questions and how you felt about something. It was amazing to see Axl Rose sing November Rain for me, someone who absolutely loves that song and loves that band. And to know that he doesn't tour anymore or perform and to do that, that was amazing. David Foster and Alanis Morissette was amazing. And then to see Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins, I really felt like my generation uh, was out there performing for Lisa Marie. Even though she's about 10 years older than I am, I really felt like she was of my generation. Uh, so that was pretty amazing to see that. And then the heartfelt, that was her son in law that spoke. I think he read something from his wife, who is Lisa Marie's oldest child. And then Priscilla read something from one of the twins. So the children got to speak without having to get up in front of everybody in a way. And then you got to hear from the friend of the family, which was really nice. And of course, some people of the faith spoke, which was beautiful as well. We have talked about this before. The Grammys that Elvis won in his lifetime were for gospel. And one of those gospel songs was Perform How Great Thou Art, which is powerful and beautiful. And he would sing that in concerts too in Vegas. He would close with it or sing a couple stanzas from it. Uh, and if you are ever in, thank you so much, Eric. Yes, so Walk with History family. If you want to see more, there we do have a video from the house Elvis lived in before he moved to Graceland and then Graceland. And I talked to you about why he bought Graceland, where's the name come from, um, what I take you to the meditation garden, how Elvis came to be in the meditation garden, and I give you all of that history behind it. Here's me letting on YouTube the procession. Oh, cool. I'll put that on right now. Thank you. ABC 24 Memphis is streaming live on YouTube the procession. So I'm going to put that on right now. Maybe I can show that. There you go. So I'm seeing if they're going to show the procession. Of course, it'll be the family first, and then probably close friends, probably everyone who was sitting there in front of the stage, and then it'll be You could go. It was open to the public, but that was standing room only, and those people will probably be next. And then if you only wanted to go to the procession, um, let's see what's going on here. If you only wanted to go to the procession, you could start lining up at 11 and by the Lisa Marie plane, and they were going to take you through the procession, which again is a lot like what they do for Elvis Week if you want to do the candlelight service. Let me see. But if anyone has any questions or anything, I'll stay on for another like 10 minutes or so. I'll try to find the procession and then we can talk about it. ABC Memphis. Here we go. So it looks like it's localmemphis.com. Not seeing anything live yet. Even though I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to see. If you find it, let me know. I'm gonna try to. Oh, it's on YouTube. Here we go. Ooh, sorry about that. Trying to chat, but will not post. Jamie, I didn't see it, but I will. I'm here if you have any questions. I'm trying to find the live stream of. It says watch the funeral live at Graceland. 5 views streamed an hour ago. That's the funeral. I'm trying to find it, but I can't find it either. No, couldn't find it. I'm trying to find it either. Oh, here we go. Okay. This is only 2 minutes long, but this shows you a bunch of people waiting. See all those people waiting? Like I told you, it was standing room only if you were a part of the public. People with their phones. All these people have their, it's not live. It looks like it's just 2-minute clip, but people with their phones out and videoing everything they asked them kind of not to do, but people are going to do it. So, you know, especially if you don't have a channel. Like I make a point, if someone says no filming, no pictures, I won't take it because I can't post that. We could get in trouble for that. And we follow we're respectful of what people's wishes are. But if you don't have a channel, people are going to do stuff like that all the time. Um, but yeah, it's not live. But oh my gosh, there are a lot of people there. Here, let me see if I can show you again. You can see they kind of pan down. That's the whole lawn of Graceland. You can see across the street the museums, but everyone's standing behind that purple line. When you walk up in the morning and no one's there, you walk up the street. Look at all those people there. Headers and posters. And like I said, you couldn't have any getting off the plane with Priscilla. Yes, I saw your thoughts on Priscilla's piece. I think it was special that Priscilla read something her granddaughter wrote. Um, I think it's important that Priscilla read something that her granddaughter wrote because they weren't going to get a chance to get up and talk, and I think it made a difference to what they wanted to say about their mom, right? I mean, we all know how Priscilla feels. I'm on ABC 24 Memphis. They have just some footage. I don't think it's live, but they have some footage of all the people that were there. Um, and then they have the service recorded if you want to watch the service, but it's not live. And I don't think they have anything live right now. People say they might be showing people of the procession live, but they're not showing that. They're showing just people waiting. They have nothing. I'm looking, but they have nothing live. Yeah, they were 14 years old. That's hard to get up and talk at your mother's funeral. So I think it was very poignant that Lisa read something. That Priscilla read something that her granddaughter wrote. And then I think it was great that her son in law read what his wife wrote, because that way Riley didn't have to get up and speak, because it's hard to speak at a parent's funeral. Um, yeah, I'm not seeing the procession live, even from Graceland. I have the Graceland feed too, and neither are showing the procession live. We did see some people there. Yeah, they're not showing it live right now. Because they usually have the camera. So you know, they usually have the camera there live. You can watch Graceland anytime, if you want to just see what's going on at Graceland for the day. Um, and so then they said they were going to turn that off uh, during this, and they probably aren't going to turn on until the 24th, they said. But you can always watch that live stream. But yeah, the Graceland live stream is off air now. And then the ABC 24 is not live either. And I don't know if anyone finds anything on YouTube, let me know where they're showing anything live. But yes, they had the clip of all the people waiting on the lawn because they will go in procession as well. They'll probably put the family will walk by first, and then anybody who was seated there by the stage, who was probably closer to the Presley family, and then open to the public. And then they'll walk through anyone who's at the lawn for the service. And then if you just wanted to be part of the procession, they were lining up people at the Lisa Marie Plain, which is across the street, and they were going to walk those people through the procession, and the procession will probably take all day. Now in Memphis right now it's 10:33, and they were going to start opening up tours again at noon. So tours for Graceland were going to start today at noon. You had to buy a VIP ticket to do a tour today, but they were going to let people, because you can't walk up the gates when you tour, you have to go on the little bus and they take you over. And they were going to start doing that today at noon. So caught all the clips of the people waiting. It was nice Priscilla could speak, and it's finished. Yes, it is finished. A bit confused. People were saying she was buried on the 18th, but they were saying she was buried today. Showed Ducharge Gray, she must have been buried before today. I think she was placed in her tomb before today. I think she was placed in her tomb yesterday. Uh, I think that they had placed the plate on yesterday. They had covered it to reveal it today, also for it to dry, because it was kind of precipitation there in Memphis. It to me, they moved. Well, I know that they moved Benjamin over because he was directly in front of kind of that urn before the fountain, before right across from Elvis. They've moved Benjamin over and put Lisa beside him, so the urn is kind of between them, kind of like it's like a vase. I don't really think it's an urn. It's kind of like a vase by the fountain, and then right across from Elvis Presley. And then they had put pictures of Lisa and Benjamin together in front when you walk by. I know the twins as of right now. I don't know where they're staying. Most of the Presley family still treats the second floor of Graceland like a residence. It is off limits to everybody. I don't even, you are VIP, you're not getting a tour. No, she doesn't have a twin, her twin girls. They're 14 years old. Elvis was a twin. His twin was buried in Tupelo in back of the graveyard by Vernon. in an unmarked grave, and Vernon couldn't really remember where he buried him, and so his grave has never been found or disrupted. There is a memorial plaque to Elvis's twin at Graceland, and if you go to Graceland, the memorial plaque is kind of in the back corner by the bigger graves that are in the ground. Elvis beside his parents and then his grandmother. There is a memorial plaque to his twin. But the twin is not buried there. The twin was buried in Tupelo right after he was born, stillbirth, and Vernon took him and buried him in the graveyard there at Tupelo in just an unmarked grave. And he could never remember quite where, and they've never exhumed it or looked for it. And so it's just, he's undisturbed there. The twin girls, like I said, the second floor of Graceland is still a living residence. Lisa Marie never let anybody up there, and she would stay there. When she would come to visit for Thanksgiving or Christmas, she'd stay on the second floor. And the second floor consists of Lisa Marie's bedroom, Elvis Presley's office, Elvis Presley's bedroom, and 2 bathrooms. And I think a dressing room, like a big closet. And she never really disturbed all of that. That was her living residence. She would stay there. Now, they built the guest house at Graceland on the property of Graceland, which is right next door to Graceland, not across the street. And they've mimicked a lot of things at Graceland. The staircase. They mimicked the staircase so you can walk up the staircase and with the big chandelier. And it is a chandelier that Lisa Marie bought for that particular stairway, but it was too big for it, so she saved it. And there are beautiful suites there. I would be surprised if some of the family stays there since you can walk back. There's like a back walk to Graceland. They built a chapel there. So if you hear people getting married at Graceland, people get married at the chapel at the guest house of Graceland. Her fourth husband, yes, Michael Lockwood, will be probably getting custody of the twins because the law in California is if a living parent, if a parent survives and has custody, because Michael had 40% custody at the time, he would get full custody. It'd be unlikely that Priscilla could sue for full custody, or even Riley could sue for full custody since Michael had 40% custody, so shown to be a good parent. What could happen now, you don't know, is Michael could sue the trust for more support because now that Riley and the twins will inherit Graceland as a trust because they're 14 years old and because Lisa Marie probably didn't want this to go into any kind of sales, you know. But it'll be a trustee and hopefully there's something in place. But if Michael wanted to sue after getting full custody of the twins for more support based on how much that trust makes, equivalent to how much he was getting child support before, if he was getting child support from Lisa Marie, that could be messy. We'll see what happens there. You would think with technology they'd be helpful to find his twin brother. I totally agree. I'm not saying I don't think they want to. I don't think I think they found that they would just rather leave him at peace. And what was he born? 1935? Be a long time. I don't think Vernon did any much with the stillborn baby. I think he wrapped it up and buried it. So there would be decomposition that would have happened. I don't know what you would find today. He's not in a casket. I don't think he wasn't in any. So it's, I think, probably better to undisturb it. My world, my way, Helen. So you can rewatch it now, Valerie, on Graceland.com. The live stream. It was about an hour and 30 minutes. You can rewatch it. They've had it on other places. There is no live stream going on right now. Now, Graceland usually has a live camera that you can check on Graceland anytime. Like the live camera now. I'm going to turn it on and see if they're showing it. It just looks like the front of Graceland right now. Yeah, So they're just showing this. So Graceland has a live camera you can watch anytime. It looks like it's live. It's just showing the front of the house. They're not showing any procession. They're not showing any people walking in front or anything. It's just the very front of the house with the lions in the front. You can look at that anytime. So you can always see Graceland under any kind of weather. That's not showing you the meditation garden, and it won't show you the meditation garden. I thought I saw Austin Butler there, Kathleen. If you didn't see him, I thought I saw him there with Baz. Yeah, I think Michael is getting full custody of the twins. Austin was there behind the family. Yep. I don't see a procession live. It's only 3 years before they're 18. Yeah. Lisa will be 55 on February 1st. Yes, Roxanne. Yeah, it's devastating. So I don't know what will happen now with Elvis Week. I plan to go August of this year for Elvis Week, which will be the week of his death, which is August 16th. Since he died in 77, this year will be the 45th anniversary of Elvis's death. And they shut down the street in front of Graceland, and they put out people sit out like it's a tailgate, and they put TVs and stuff, and they have like a little shrine, and you can walk up. There's a candlelight procession. There's candlelight service, sing some Elvis gospel, and then you can walk up with the candles. I wonder now, because her death kind of coincides with Elvis's birthday. Elvis's birthday is January 8th. She passed on January 12th. If there will be another week now in January to celebrate his birthday, the anniversary of Lisa's passing, another shutdown of Elvis Presley Boulevard, and a procession that goes up to the graves. I would not be surprised if that happens. Yeah. So Carrie Michelle wrote, I work in a cemetery funeral home for 20 years. Jesse was buried in a shoebox in an unmarked grave. Let him rest in peace, not to be disinterred. And like Carrie said, it's almost been 100 years. I would not expect to disinter Jesse and find much. Let him be where he is, and he hasn't been disturbed, and it probably is peaceful. I watched her on the Golden Globes too, and it was pretty. I thought she was sad. I thought she was sad and just, because it's hard for her to talk about her father, and I thought she was just upset. I really did not think. I mean, now looking back now, you could see maybe her health was deteriorating. 54 years old, cardiac arrest. Her father also died of a cardiac related symptoms, problems, and so I wonder if heart issues maybe run in the family. Who knows? I hope Austin wins that Oscar. I do too, Carrie. I'm with you. I'm gonna be watching Oscar night. Yeah, thank you for joining me today on Walk with History. Like I said, there's a video we have from Graceland. And I go up to the meditation garden and I show you what the meditation garden looks like. I show you Benjamin's grave. The meditation garden wasn't originally where Elvis was buried. He wasn't originally buried out in town, but within a week, someone tried to break into his grave. And so Vernon had him moved to the meditation garden in right outside of the pool area at Graceland. And then his grandmother and his mother was moved there after Elvis was moved there, and his father, after he died in 79. When his mother was moved there from the cemetery, the monument that was to her in the cemetery, the cross with the angel and it says Presley across it, was also moved to the meditation garden. So that was the marker for his mother in the cemetery, and that is what's there in the meditation garden today. Yeah, I saw Austin there too. I thought right behind Michael. Michael was sitting like in the very first seat, then the twins, then it looked like Riley, then it looked like Riley's husband who spoke, and then it looked like Priscilla, and then might have been Jerry and Priscilla's son, Lisa Marie's half brother. Am I going to say live for the procession? I'm trying to find the procession, Roxanne. I have the live at Graceland right now, but it's not showing anything. There's just some people talking. And then there was an ABC 24 Memphis, but they're not showing a live either. So I'm not seeing a live anywhere. Yes, if you have any questions, as much as I know, I'm not an Elvis historian, but I lived in Memphis for 3 years. I did get my master's degree from the University of Memphis. And people are probably like, what does that mean? I have a master's of American history. And when you live in Memphis, Tennessee, getting a degree in history, you cannot escape Elvis history. And I'm wearing my son's studio t-shirt. He's immersed in everything in Memphis, Tennessee. Anywhere you go is Elvis Presley. And everybody is touched by his life in Memphis, Tennessee. And everybody has a story about Elvis Presley and the Presley family or Priscilla. I knew some women who went to school with Priscilla because she lived in um, Memphis for 5 years before she even married Elvis. And she went to high school there. So she went to the local Catholic high school. And so there were women that I had met that went to school with her. It's very much touched by the Presley family. And so I made a point of the 40th anniversary of his passing. I went there. I stayed out there all night with the candles and I asked a ton of questions of people. Why are you here? What did Elvis mean to you? I learned so much, not just about Elvis, but about what he means to people and his influence on people and their lives are so intertwined with what Elvis did in his lifetime. And I have a video about the Elvis movie on Talk with History if you're interested. And I kind of go into fact and fiction of that movie, what they embellished, what is fact, what they push that's not so factual, um, and what they kind of pushed together into one event, which really was longer events. Because if you live in Memphis, Tennessee, you learn all of these things about where he performed and what happened and the certain uh, fights that he got into and or accolades that he had, things that he was a part of. So there's a whole video to that. So two videos if you're interested from Graceland, from the Audubon house, the house he lived in before Graceland, then Graceland, and then the movie. I couldn't believe Jerry Schilling was 80. He looked fantastic. I thought Priscilla looked fantastic. Usually she doesn't look that great, and she looked pretty great today, I thought. Um, so I was surprised by both, actually. Um, yeah, yeah, it was. I think her husband's name it was Ben. Riley's husband's name is Ben as well. Ben Smith Peterson. I think that's who spoke for Riley, her husband, Ben Smith Peterson. And I do think they have a child together. She's 33, and they've been married since 2015. From Australia. I knew he had an accent. I was like, yeah, I wasn't sure what his accent was, but yeah, so Ben Smith Peterson must be Australian. He's a stuntman, it says. Yeah, nationally Australian stuntman. He seems like a stuntman, didn't he? Um, and he could tell he was very choked up as he was talking, reading his wife's words. Yeah, grandmother. And I had some questions if I thought Priscilla was going to be buried in the meditation garden. Um, Truthfully, I wouldn't be surprised if she was. And if there's space, you can look at my videos. There's space, definitely. I saw Riley carrying a baby when she got off the plane for Memphis yesterday. And I wasn't sure she had a baby either, Carrie, but I looked it up and I'm not sure because she was carrying a baby, like not like a baby baby, but like 8 months old, 9 months old. Um, I have three, so I kind of remember that age. Uh, and I looked it up. I'm like, I didn't think Riley had a kid either, but She was, if you find the picture, there's a picture of her getting off the plane yesterday carrying a baby. Well, thank you everyone for joining me today. It was amazing service. If you get to rewatch it, please. I think Priscilla lives in LA, Calabasas. After she left Elvis in 1974, um, she moved to Calabasas, California, and that's where she's lived this whole time. That's where Lisa Marie had her house as well, Calabasas, which is I used to live in Ventura. Uh, it's between Calabasas is like the outskirts of LA, but more outskirty, more by like Thousand Oaks. It's not like Santa Monica close. It's a little bit more farther out, but more. It's kind of where people like Will Smith live and stuff. Very mountainous. You can get more space out there. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm honored to have shared it all with you. So thank you. I It was a great service. It was a celebration of her life, and I was impressed to see the support from people you really weren't expecting. Billy Corgan, Alanis Morissette, David Foster. I would think David Foster. They made an album together, but Axl Rose singing "November Rain." I equate Axl Rose singing "November Rain" to Elton John singing "Candle in the Wind" at Diana's wedding. Uh, that was amazing. If you know anything about Guns N' Roses and Axl Rose, he does not tour, he does not perform, and that was pretty amazing. So thank you everyone for joining. And if you want to watch some other videos from Walk with History or Talk with History, like I said, I will probably go to Graceland in August, and I will show you what it looks like now. And yeah, he played the piano so well. If you watch November Rain, the thing about November Rain, it has like a very long part of a song. Someone said it's a 4-minute song. They didn't play all of it because there's a really big guitar solo in there. Slash plays a huge guitar solo in November Rain, but the piano is beautiful. My wife just found online they do have a child together. See, I knew she was carrying a baby, and I was like, maybe she's just trying to keep their lives more private. Riley is more private. I've only recently seen Riley in The Terminal List on Amazon Prime with Chris Pratt. She plays his wife in The Terminal List, and she's just got a lead in a movie. I think it's called like Dixie and the Six, which is a book that they're making into a movie, and or Josie and the Six, which is about a band in the '60s that is kind of like a behind the music, but it's a fictional band, and I think she's playing the lead singer. Thank you, Jamie. Yeah, if you want to watch any of the other videos and we go live, we always talk history. Then I think Lisa Marie and the Presley family are very historically influential. I've always felt that way. So, but I thank you. If you have any other questions, but I thank you for giving me 2 hours of your time today. If you want to rewatch the service, it's available on Graceland.com for you to rewatch it. And I'm sure people are going through processions right now. Don't forget, Memphis is Central Time, so they're an hour behind if you're Eastern Time, and they're going to start tours again of Graceland at noon Central Time. So if they're going to start tours at noon Central Time, that means the Graceland cam is on, and I can see it. It's live streaming right now. You'll start to see people going on tours, walking up to the front door. So I have new videos every Wednesday. This is Walk with History, Walking Wednesday. We'll have new videos. We go live about once a week and usually talk more about the videos and what it was like to make the videos and where we go and what we do. If there is a movie or historic movie or something that comes out, we also do that live. That's what I did with the Elvis movie. If there's anything you're interested in, though, JD, um, and you're like, I want to do something live like the Oscars, I would totally do the Oscars. I am a huge movie buff, and I'm not talking just new movies. I'm talking all movies. I used to do Turner Classic Movie Weekend in LA. I love movies. We could talk movies, we could talk Oscars. I could go live during the Oscars if you're interested in that. Um, but my whole premise is that, like with my master's degree of American history, is I take you to the location and I show you what people were thinking and doing and happening in the context of the time. And I was a veteran. I am a veteran. I was a pilot in the Navy, so I can give you some context about military history and aviation history and women. Um, and so I just try to give you all of that kind of information. So, but no, her brother doesn't have children yet. He just got married, her brother, and I don't know if Lisa went because when he gave his statement, he said, "I wish things could have been different." Right, Roxana Anatomy. He said something like, "I wish things could have been different." The Navy War College is in Newport. Yes, I've been to Newport. I have some videos from Newport. Um, and that makes me wonder how close she was to her half brother. A lot of people don't know that Lisa Marie has a half brother. Priscilla was with I think she married another man, never changed her name, and had a son in 1987. I don't think many people know that. And I think he's the lead of a band. I think he's a musician, and I think he just got married last year. And I don't know. That statement made me wonder, but I'm sure things were complicated. So, oh yeah, on the website it says Cam will be down for the weekend. I thought it said that till the 24th, um, that the camera will be down. But well, thank you everybody for joining. If you have any other questions, Oliver has a Perry. Oh, Priscilla never remarried. They lived together for 20 years. There you go. I did not listen to the 911 call. From what I understand of what happened to Lisa Marie is her housekeeper found her. Her ex-husband came and her ex-husband did CPR on her. They were able to regain a pulse. They were able to talk the paramedics to the house since it's hard to find houses in Calabasas, especially up in the rolling hills. The addresses really don't help you, but they told her where the gate was and they would open the gate. If you ever been in that area, it's very difficult to find people's houses because people don't want to be found there. And they were able to get a heartbeat back at the hospital, but they realized that she was brain dead. And so Priscilla signed a do not resuscitate, and she went into cardiac arrest again, and that's when she passed. If that was my understanding. If someone knows different or heard different, let me know. But um, it's just so sad, and it's so sad because we just saw her on the 8th for Elvis's 80th birthday in Memphis, and then we just saw her for the Golden Globes on the 10th, and we saw Austin win the Golden Globe, and then she passes on the 12th. It was just so sudden and so sad. Yeah, she didn't look well at the Globes because, oh, straight man, I cried so much. If you want to go watch this video, like I cried. I couldn't handle it. When they played November Rain, I couldn't handle it. When they played when was it Jerry was reading about his experiences with Lisa, holding her as a baby and being there in the hospital when she was born and then being here at the funeral when she passes. I said the only person who could probably say that too is Priscilla, who's with her when she came into this world, was with her when she left this world. And there's very few people who can probably say that. So, um, but I will go visit. I will be there. I think it's important to pay my respects to them, and I will visit. So you can look forward to that video this year. And I wanted to be here with everybody because I was going to watch it alone, and I'd rather watch it with kindred spirits. and people who feel the same way. I'm wearing my son's studio shirt. Um, thank you. Well, thank you for your time. Thank you for spending your time with me today. I am very grateful. And if you have any other questions, you always can reach out to me. You can always email me. And on another site before there was a woman, her uncle was the doctor delivered Lisa Marie. I'll watch that Priscilla interview she got with Elvis at 14. I read Elvis and Me, Jay Cleveland. If and that was the book I read about Priscilla's experience with Elvis. And even though she started dating him at 14, uh, they really they really didn't have like a physical relationship till later. But we'll see. I mean, I don't know for sure. But yeah, she was 14 going on 24. What's my email? Walkwithhistory@outlook.com. And you can send me any video ideas. I think if you watch Elvis and Me, I think you can find it on. I watched that as a kid. I think you can find that on YouTube, maybe. But the book is good too. I read the book. Yeah, I don't think they had a physical relationship. I think there was almost like he just liked having her with him. He missed home. His mom passed. He had just moved to Germany and his mom died while he was gone, and she reminded him of home and gave him someone to talk to. And everyone saw him as Elvis Presley, and no one really just saw him as a guy. And I think maybe because Lisa Marie was so young and so naive that it was just so innocent and authentic. And I think Elvis really appreciated authenticity more than anything else. And I think that's why that relationship was so strong. Yes. I think there is a movie coming out about Priscilla. I think it's McCarthy. Um, I think it's McCarthy. Who is the female director? But yes, I do think there's a movie coming out about Priscilla's point of view. YouTube has Elvis and Me Part 1 and 2. I recommend watching that, especially with the new Elvis movie coming out as well. And read the book because I thought the book was great. It's probably at your local library. Daisy Jones and the Six. That's what it is. Thank you, Jamie. Daisy Jones and the Six. It's a book. It's really good. It's kind of like a behind the music of this band called Daisy Jones and the Six from the 60s, but it's not a real band. It's all fictional. But I think Riley will play Daisy Jones. Well, thank you, everybody. I'm gonna let you go. It's about 2 hours and 30 minutes in. Said it was inspired by Fleetwood Mac. I think it's kind of like Almost Famous. That inspired by like Leonard Skinner or CCR. I forget what Almost Famous is inspired by, but I think it's like the same kind of premise. But thank you everyone for joining. I hope if you like this kind of content or you want to talk about more when we go live or you want to watch some videos from cool locations, um, please like and subscribe to Walk with History. And I hope you have a great day. And God bless you all. And hug someone that you love today. Thank you.